All right. Here we go. All right. Let's try this again. All right. On a bit of a delay here, and then Steve spilled beer all over the fucking table like a toddler. I don't know what toddlers are drinking beer, but that I imagine that's what they would do. They just spill it all over the table because they're drunk.
Colompton sippy cups coming soon.
Dude, I'd rock one. I'd take it everywhere. I came home the other day, and what was it, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, I guess Sarah went out and about to buy shit. That's what women do. They shop. And she had on one of my BJJ Wiki shirts. And there was like a moment of like, dude, that's pretty fucking cool. Rep the brand. But I was like, bitch, you gotta get permission. You can't just be walking around the house with my goddamn shirt like that. What if that was a prototype? I mean, sure, I've worn it out the house plenty of times, but I can do that. I can carry it like that. But either way, it was pretty cool. But I'll rock a Colompton sippy cup any day. Um, how you been, man?
Not too bad. So preparing for the move. Tuesday's the official day. Not packed yet, but we'll get it.
Why would you be? Like, the only reason we were packed for this place is because I was excited because we bought a house. I was like a big ass kid. I think I packed up before we even like signed. So the day we went to sign, first off, Sarah almost fucked that up because we had been married for a year, but she hadn't changed her last name yet. And on all the documentation, it had my last name, and Sarah Dante. So she is signing, and then she gets to the very last page, and she was like, "Oh wait, the last name is different." And I'm trying to use telepathy. I'm trying to like shut the fuck up. Like, we will never ever have another opportunity to buy a house. This is the closest we're ever gonna get. Don't say another word. And the guy, he looks at the paperwork. Both our last names started with C. He looks, he goes, close enough. I was like, just get this shit and go.
Like, no, but that's not my name.
Yeah, trust me, some shit goes down. Oh, I'll bring that shit right up in court. Like, no, dog, she falsifying documents. But as soon as we got done signing, she went where the fuck, I don't know where she went. Work, maybe? I don't know. And I drove right over here and started unpacking the house. I had like boxes all ready to go. First thing I set up was like the shower because my gym is around the corner. So it's like, I know what I'll do. After training, I'm going to come here, hop in the shower, took a couple bubble baths, got like a jacuzzi tub up in that joint. She was tight, son.
Yeah, so I actually got to see the actual unit on Friday because we hadn't. We toured a different one, like a slightly different floor plan. So we didn't know if we are going to have in the living room hardwood floors or carpet. And we all wanted wood floors. And we did get that. So that was the one big thing. But yeah, it looks really nice. Like, it's pretty sweet. It's like a dark black wood floor.
Black
and
looks
then
good on everything.
the carpet in the bedrooms is pretty nice.
I would imagine the ground floor, basement, levels would have wood floors these days. So remember, our old apartment was carpeted.
Yeah, it was a good
Floor.
chance it was because they're like, if it has carpet and it's salvageable, like able to be cleaned, they're gonna keep the carpet. But I was like, how many times does someone move out and the carpet's clean in an apartment?
Yeah, I mean, we already knew, but also after so many years, that shit, they're like, they don't even factor that as far as your deposit goes. Because Sarah was freaking out. She's like, we're not gonna get our deposit back because look at the carpet. I was like, Sarah, we've been here for 9 years. I'm pretty sure we're all right.
Yeah, yeah, our carpet looks terrible. But I mean, one, they used the cheapest possible carpet in the places there. Like, it is bad carpet, and I mean, it was getting bad within like just a few months because it just doesn't wear well.
It was a standard issue, cheap apartment carpet. I don't know any apartment that's had any like nice carpet.
Well, the ones that toured this year, I mean, it's definitely better than what those buildings have. I mean, even where we used to live and where I live now, there's like certain spots near like where it ends that there's like a sharp thing, which I don't walk around in my socks in that house because of that reason.
Well, that's just shitty carpentry.
Oh yeah, it's. I mean, they do it as cheap. My favorite was we had work done when the pipe burst in the wall, which I think you had the same thing. they had to redo this one wall and replace the microwave. And when they put it all back
Relax. It's Trace McSorley who's playing quarterback. Don't get hyped because the Ravens got a fucking interception. Trace McSorley. He almost threw an interception to my fucking grandma. She's in bed right now. Look at that guy. Does he look like he's an NFL quarterback? No. He looks like he's a walk-on at a fucking high school.
up, that's the dude. He was on the Ravens, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Damn.
That's why.
Oh, he did them a favor. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, these are my buddies.
He's like, I'll show you.
Jesus
I can still complete passes to y'all.
In case you guys are wondering, we were watching the Ravens preseason game in the background.
Their win streak is not a lock right now. They're only up 7.
Well, they just you know who there's this thing I just saw the other day. They're talking about modern quarterbacks who thrown at least 500 passes. Only one has not thrown a pick 6. Can you guess who?
Wait, so I mean, everyone that's coming in my head, I know has for sure.
You probably shouldn't be thinking about them then.
That was funny. Winston just came to mind. I know he's thrown tons of
them. Yeah, he fucking fucked me over the first week.
Brady's thrown
the last time I did fantasy football, I would have been undefeated if I would have started Stafford instead. I started Winston. He threw a pick 6. I lost by 4.
Is it a good quarterback?
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
He's potentially a starter.
Potentially a starter?
Yeah.
Mariota? No, he's thrown pick 6s.
Yes. Get one more guess.
Potentially a starter. So
yes.
That makes me think it's on the borderline. The dude from Seattle?
Nope. He went to North Carolina. Last shot.
Oh, he went to North Carolina?
Yeah, as for college. Mitch.
Trubisky?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty Alex Smithish in a way. He's very conservative.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, fun.
He
trip,
could be. I don't think. Well, I mean, they'd already drafted their next quarterback, so we'll see how long he's there.
Oh,
Pittsburgh got rid of all their receivers, so I like that running back in fantasy. By the way, that's so I so far I have 2 drafts, so we could set up one for us. Yeah. I have the 8th pick and the 11th pick, so they're kind of similar.
Yeah, I did a Yahoo one like last Sunday. Was it Sunday? I did it last week sometime, just randomly, probably Monday night. I just did it because it was before Sophie went to bed. So yeah, it was Monday night. I don't remember my team. Had the 7th pick. I don't know who I took. To be honest, I'm not happy with my team, even though I don't know who I picked. I just know I'm not happy with the team.
I did some mocks, and both 8th and 11th, you're just hoping some running back falls. You can get receiver easily, but then you're really hurting running back 3rd and 4th.
I know I went running back, and then when it came back around to me, because it's a 10-man league, and I had 7th. When it came back around, I was like, damn, I could go running back. But there was a receiver there that I just couldn't pass up. So I went receiver, and then I was pretty much trapped at that point where the best things available were receivers.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go running back. Even as tempting as it is, unless I think Devontae Adams falls to me in the 2nd round, I do that. That's probably it. But, so every mock draft I did in both of them, and I only did a few, but I've ended up with DeAndre Swift, so he better not let me down. I almost feel like he's a lock to be on my team because I've got him every single draft.
I want to say that I drafted him, or I was at least looking to get him.
I think where I'm pick 11 is going to be very much a lock that I would get him. The 8th will be questionable if someone else goes running back. But I'm hoping Najee Harris from Pittsburgh falls to me in either one of those.
Real quick, let me pull up my treasure. This can't be my team. That's not my team, is it? No, that's not my team. Maybe that's from last year.
Oh, they scored 16-3.
Let's see here. Maybe. Oh no, this is it right here. Because I didn't put a name on my team yet. Okay. Did I not set up my starters? I don't know. What's going on here? I know I drafted a team. Maybe I should go to the leagues and see what's up. Am I in any leagues? Oh, this is like the old school joint when we all were in the Mid Atlantic Fantasy Football. I'm not resurrecting that. Yeah, here's my team. Okay, so quarterback, Josh Allen. Wide receiver, Jamar Chase. Receiver, Michael Pittman. Running back, DeAndre Swift. Running back, um, Dobbins, not Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins.
Tight end, Kittle. Yeah, kicker doesn't matter. Oh, I got the Ravens defense, so I need them to do well.
See, yeah,
Because I didn't realize that defenses, like, I wasn't paying attention. So I was like, oh, nobody's taking a defense yet? And I looked, I was like, oh, shit.
I saw something the other day. It was like defense are actually surprisingly one of the most unpredictable. Like who you think's going to be the top defense doesn't usually end up being the top defense. They flip.
Oh, I
often.
checked out of the draft early because I guess we were still drafting. I got 3 kickers. Like, what the fuck?
You queued them all up.
Well, yeah, at the end it's like just queue up the kickers and whatever's there. I'm looking. I was like, why I got 3 kickers? Let's see who's on my bench. Dallas is back up. Kirk Cousins, Sammy Watkins, some receiver from Buffalo. Oh shit! I guess I can decide between these 3 kickers. Drop one. Hollywood Brown. And that's.
I've been targeting him late. They're without Hopkins for a while because he was doing steroids and
Yeah,
He's
accidentally.
a big play guy.
It was accidental. It wasn't intentional. But yeah. Let's set up something. I talked to Neps. He asked.
He's in.
He asked about a league.
Do you think it would be possible to do it during our recording? That could be interesting because we did do that before.
We could.
I
mean, it depends on who all we're getting. We'd have to honestly. Why don't we set a time to draft on a Sunday, like just any time during the day, and just record then?
Yeah, we could do it earlier.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if Brett has volleyball, which I don't think we would that weekend because I think some key people are out of town. If we do it the week of. So I have a draft Sunday with Juan. What time is that? 4 or 5?
Maybe.
That's the Oakland Mills League.
Like, this would be the only pay league I'll do, just because. Like, I feel like doing too many leagues, I get confused. Even the free leagues, and then somewhere around week 6, I just stop caring. Plus, I got a bunch of other shit to do.
Yeah. I'm hoping my league, I'm putting up that free agent thing for vote.
So
I don't want to mess with Fab, honestly, but I think the old way is going to probably win by 1 unless Son from last year switches over.
dumb.
But yeah, I think the best thing to do is a rolling waivers, not just for weekly, where it just rolls completely. It starts from the reverse ordered standings, but say you didn't make a pickup the entire week, then you'll be in the front for the next week. I like that better than. I just think Fab, when you don't have tons of time, takes too much effort. Like you gotta think about how much you want to bid.
No, it's just this fucking dumb, dude. It's like, why are we bidding? Like, what are we doing? Dude?
I get part of it, but I also think that has potential to ruin the league because if you fuck up and spend all your money and now you can't pick up anyone, then you're just gonna quit.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, let's this week try to sort that out, so that way we can. First off, how many do we want in it?
I guess we could see how many we get. If it would be 10 or 12.
I mean, if let's shoot for 10. If we get 12, I know cats from my old league have asked again. So, well, they haven't asked this year, but they asked last year.
Hey, maybe we should put a post up, see if anyone wants to join.
Oh, you just want to get some randos?
That would be a few.
I don't want to.
A few could be.
I don't want no randos. like because randos. So that first year, I did my league. The one dude Curtis, I would consider a rando. Even though Chris knew him, he was still a rando to me. And the issue with the rando is like, you guys don't want to trade? That's the whole fun point of like fantasy football is the trades. Like, I guess I feel like winning is the fun point.
Yeah, winning,
Like,
but also, I mean, if
I'm not gonna make a trade that's not beneficial to me.
Also, I mean, you're trading. You're also kind of saying you didn't like your draft.
yeah, because he came right out the
What is
gate.
Lamar wearing?
Hair.
That's your quarterback.
He's black.
Though.
That's his hair.
So you gotta wear sunglasses.
Yeah, at night. so I can.
And the gold chain.
Don't hate on the '80s, dog.
He had the accessorize.
Like, what are we doing? what are we doing? We're attacking the '80s. You're a fucking kid of the '80s, son. Like, don't do that. The '80s was tight.
I was in the '70s for 2 weeks.
But
oh damn! Is that a Ravens thing he's wearing?
What's that? Oh, pendant.
It kind of looks like the Maryland Raven. That logo.
Yeah, dumb.
Yeah, especially because he's on a contract here. He hasn't signed a contract yet.
Well, I think that's kind of the indicator that he's gonna sign.
Or I mean, it might not be his choice. Never get you. That's like when you get your girlfriend name tattoo. He just got a Baltimore pendant now.
I mean, the cool thing is I don't really get tattoos no way, so that's why I worked for this long. But yeah, let's sort out. First, let's reach to see the people that we know that will do it, and then if we can't get enough, then yeah, let's try to get some randos.
Hey, get off Sunday. I want you to be in the league.
Because also the thing is we're getting randos. Then it's like comes time for draft, and then just a random person like, oh, I'm just gonna auto draft. Like, come on, dude. Like, what are we doing? And then they end up getting fucking injured players on their team. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. Like,
that's asked if we needed people too, so I'm sure he can get some. Brett would do it is if he. Well, actually, I don't know. If it's Paley,
look,
maybe.
You're the big brother. You beat his ass and make him do it. I made my little brother do it. I mean, he was in jail when it happened, but he still did it. He was on auto draft. Then he got out of jail 3 weeks later. I think he got out of jail week 4, and he did all right. I made sure not to lose to him. I ain't losing nobody on the auto draft.
Real quick, of the worst drafts in the history that we've done it. 2 come to mind.
Eli at number 2.
Yeah. Eli went one year, and when that dude drafted him, he said Manning. So we're all like, Peyton? He's like, no, Eli.
At number 2, son.
I still don't think that's the worst. Like, that's bad. Because he was an Eli fan.
I don't give a fuck.
No, but then we had the dude everyone hated in poker. He took 2 quarterbacks in 3 rounds and said the second quarterback, he's like, y'all say you're going to want him.
In his defense, he had a strategy at least. It was a stupid strategy for sure. That's why I can't say that was the worst. It was just stupid, but he had an ideal. Taking Eli at number 2, fan or not, well, you could have got Eli in the 14th.
This was the worst one I've seen and he'll remain nameless, but he drafted first round, third pick overall. I
remember who it is so I can say the name.
It's who we went day drinking with.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So third pick overall got Lamar.
That's not a shocker.
But Lamar was probably a third, fourth round pick that year.
Oh, okay.
But third overall. That's okay. I mean, if you're Ravens and you want him, that's when you probably got to take him. Maybe.
It
probably could have waited second round.
Yeah, maybe. But second round for sure.
If you really want him, then okay. Third round picks Kyler Murray.
Okay, so that is kind of fun.
And then they had the same bye week.
Even more fucked. That might be the worst. Maybe
it was bad.
So I mean,
and Kyler Murray was the third quarterback taken. So he had 2 of the top 3 quarterbacks taken. I think Mahomes went in between there. So he had 2 of the top 3 quarterbacks, and then they had the same bye week.
I mean, the husband and wife.
So he needed another one.
The husband and wife duo in my league, the wife always takes Tucker.
Yeah,
Like
there's always
I
a
wanna say
Ravens fan that
fourth
takes
round.
Tucker
It like
6 rounds minimum early.
like it never fails. Fourth round, she's taking them, and it's like, yo, what are you doing? I get it, but I think also if she doesn't do it, her husband's gonna do it.
Yeah,
So I think that's part of
and
that.
but the thing is with the kickers, one, it's unpredictable. Not necessarily the best kicker is the best kicker in fantasy.
Someone dropped Tucker in my league last year. I picked that dude right the fuck
Yeah,
up.
you want kind of like a kicker that just kicks field goals more than anything. So I remember Carolina's kicker used to be good because they always had to settle for field goals.
That's why
He wasn't one of the elite kickers.
I would always pick Detroit's kickers no matter who,
yeah,
because
get a team that struggles in the red zone
they would get just close enough.
or those 50 yarders.
So when they had Matt Prater in Detroit, he was just banging 50 yarders. I would always get Jason Hansen because they were still Detroit. He wasn't hitting 50 yarders, but he was good for your regular 30 to 40
But yeah,
without
that's
fail.
the most unpredictable position. I mean, it's one of the honestly, I kind of want to get rid of the kicker because it's kind of dumb.
I agree.
It's just there's no skill in drafting a kicker.
And that's the thing, though. I mean, it's still, I don't know. I think, like, with getting a kicker, though, it's still a point position. Because I remember there was one
It's like
draft.
a bonus.
I did a draft. They had, like, you could pick a coach. And if the coach will win that week, you get a point. And I was like, this is fucking retarded. Yeah, the R word, hard R.
I used to think like if you did a NFL pick'em, then you got like a small amount, like 0.25 for every win or something.
I mean, I don't know. The shit was goofy.
But then if people aren't doing it, they lose by 2 points.
Hey, let's rate this beer, dude.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, I liked it.
This is that one that's bitter, but it's in a way
It
that you
tastes
can
bitter.
crush it to me.
Yeah, it did taste
Like
better.
it's super crushable.
It's delicious.
And so yeah, it's Dogfish Head 90-minute IPA. So it's Imperial IPA. I think it's one of their stronger ones. Just looking up the notes for this one though, it was like in the elite category. Really high rated overall.
Yeah. Hold up. Sorry, that fucking song is stuck in my head now. I wear my sunglasses and so I can.
That should be a song when he comes on the field.
God damn it, it's stuck. I need another fucking
I
song.
don't think I've seen a quarterback wear sunglasses on the field since like McMahon.
Yeah, I was just about to say, since the dude who got stabbed in the eye with a fork.
Look, she's embarrassed of it.
As she should.
Yeah, it's cool.
Look, it's cool because first off, he's rocking the '80s chain, the pendant, and he's rocking sunglasses at night. So that song was in what's the movie? And Nope.
It's funny the more and more you think about it. Like this dude just rocking sunglasses in the middle of the stadium at night.
Well, it's bright as fuck in there, man. Don't hate.
Yeah, I mean he's got to protect his eyes.
Yeah, I mean he's the quarterback. I didn't see anyone else with sunglasses.
I mean, like I said, I don't remember any player wearing sunglasses since McMahon. There used to be, well, she doesn't know about him, but the guy from Chicago way back in the day who did the rap video.
All right, sorry.
Their streak will definitely continue.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Look, they think they weren't in the Super Bowl.
Dude.
Yo, honestly, if I scored in a touchdown in the preseason, I just walked to the sideline. I wouldn't even be that happy.
Well, I mean, these guys are fighting for a position on the team, so I mean, I celebrate. Now, I mean, if I was like a starter, and it's the first drive and I score, yeah, just like
I think I'd hand the ball to the defender.
just like I just give the ball to the ref. Like, all right, man.
Like we used to do a sign out.
You
You give it to him to sign the ball. Remember that?
Yeah, that's fucked. All right, well, what's up on this beer?
So yeah, it's extra hoppy. But yeah, Dogfish. I actually didn't know this is out of Delaware, Milton, Delaware. So I was wondering if we did Dogfish Head, but I don't remember ever seeing Milton, Delaware. So we have
It's kind of rapey out there.
kind of a creepy
Told you.
bottle.
Delaware gets a little wild sometimes. Wilmington,
But yeah,
a little too close to Philly.
yeah. One thing that's, well, I would just say this is a crushable IPA, and it's a 9%er. So, it's hoppy. There's no fruit flavor in this that I taste.
Nah.
But this is the kind that you don't get sick of. So you can just It gets better to me the more you drink it, and it's very smooth.
Dude, I got a feeling I'm going to be very obnoxious, and I apologize in advance. I'm like, I've been sick all day with a stomach ache and
We're also
tired.
gonna get hit by some 9%ers.
And I'm just like that. The random, like, I just got shit, like, diarrhea of the fucking brain. Just the first thought that comes to mind, I just got to say it. Otherwise, I'm going to, like, fucking sit over here and fucking twitch. So I do apologize in advance. Not if I say, like, the fucking R word. There's no apologies for that.
I mean, I think we've probably set a record for that.
Not yet.
I mean,
Trust me.
it's like the Ravens winning the preseason. We've probably said the R word every episode. How many episodes?
I don't think-
68. So 68
I
episodes.
don't think
in a
I
row?
said it last episode.
I'm pretty sure you did. In fact, I'm positive you did.
I know I skipped a week.
So she's like, yeah, you did.
Dude, I had to skip a week somewhere.
Not you even said you called it out with the hard R.
Yeah, I mean, because you got to make it, All right, 9%, pretty delicious. I actually really, really like this a lot. Like, I don't want to give a fucked up score. Because...
Well, hopefully you don't.
Well, no, when I say fucked up, I don't want to, like, go too high.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not the best beer we've had.
So, yeah,
But
I
it
would
is
say
delicious.
this. It's not the best tasting, but it's a taste that I would be able to crush.
Yeah.
So that gets bonus.
I didn't hate
for
the
me.
taste.
Yeah, you don't hate it, but like sometimes the really good tasting ones though you can get a little tired of it. It's like too fruity or something.
I should really get the box of wine, but I know I shouldn't. I've got pizza in the
I
microwave.
I almost brought a little thing of tequila, but
Well, I was going to ask you if you want to start with a shot.
yes,
But,
I've never said no to that.
but then I forgot because you were late. Like when you called me.
Well, I
like,
was on time.
It sidetracked. Well, yeah, you were on time.
My bag was empty.
Technically, you weren't. It was 5 minutes late.
Well, I was looking in my bag.
Okay. Like I looked at the shot glasses over here and I was like, oh, dude, we should open up with a shot. And then you called me and I was like, oh, okay, no big deal. I had to finish up some shit for off the mats real quick. And then I forgot about the shot. And then here we are.
Well, we can do one if we break.
Maybe. I'm not opposed
We got
to
some
it.
heavy hitters though today. This one looks good too.
The can looks good.
So,
Let's
what
see.
would you rate it?
Oh, look. We need to get a chart so I can see what I'm up against as far
I'll
as
get a
what I've rated before.
We've had very few 8s. That would be like our top 10%.
This isn't
for
an
sure.
8 for sure, but this is a strong 7. Like strong 7. Like I'm gonna say 7.4. I enjoyed this.
So I wrote down 8. I'm going to stick with it. But the reason why is the crushable factor.
Fair.
Is again,
That's fair.
sometimes, if it was just taste, it's not an 8.
Yeah.
But something with being 9% and that smooth, and not,
yeah.
I feel like sometimes the more fruity beers, I would get like a little, not like more full. That one I won't get full of.
So I'm gonna stick with my 7.4.
That gives it a good solid score.
It's a strong beer. It's good.
That's
it's
a
got
9%er.
Good percentage.
But yeah, well, we'll do more from Dogfish Head because we get a lot of that. Was
Jesus
great sound on my
Christ.
headphones. But yeah, we Dogfish is always sold around here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, even in the bars, go in there because we getting
Oh,
those.
this would be killer on draft
Um,
and sneak up on you. But
I-
I don't know.
yeah.
This second one's
this second one's
pretty
not
tasty
hateful.
too.
That's good.
And just giving you the advance, it's
Hey.
a 9%er too.
You got something to put on this board. I don't like surprises, so I got to put everything on the board. What you
This
watch?
one, Uncharted.
Uncharted. Oh, I almost watched it last night, dude.
Well,
I
good.
ended up watching
I
this.
think my
horrible
review
movie.
could help you decide that.
I'm watching it anyway. Marky Mark's in it and fucking Spider-Man. Good or bad, I'm watching it. Uncharted. All right. So I got some bullshit on this board today. So NFL preseason, we're already kind of talking about that. Fantasy football, we kind of talked about that. We'll set that up. Hey, so I was thinking about this the other day. Britney Griner and NBA 2K. No, you think they're gonna put her in the game?
Probably.
That's fucked up. That's real fucked up.
I mean, they have. I mean,
That's taunting.
it's funny in like Madden last year still had like Darius Geis as a free agent.
He was a free agent though. I mean,
At what point do you take? Oh, I guess you gotta wait till him to retire.
but this broad is in jail in Russia.
I mean, yeah, you should be able to get her, and she's unavailable unless you're in one of those. I mean, who's playing the franchise?
Dude, I am.
In NBA.
I am.
No, you're not. And it better be like. I was just thinking, because if you watch it's a different game than NBA.
I watched the WNBA playoffs today. Well, one of them. I watched Washington play Seattle.
I hope they have the animation of like the dunk, and then they don't quite make it. But no, I was watching today. I was curious about this. Is they had a show like the NBA pregame thing on ESPN, and I was just like, who watches this though? No one's watching the game, so who's watching
for the WNBA?
And then I was like, how much do you get
into the
paid
game.
to be one of those commentators? Because no one's watching you.
Probably not as much as man.
It's like practice.
No, I was sitting there thinking about that shit earlier this week. I was like, yo, are they going to put her in the game? And then, yeah, who's really playing that, though? Like, I do it for funsies.
I have not tried that very part of the game.
I have. It's what you expect.
So,
not good.
I did get... Madden came out Friday. So far, I only got to play it 2 games. It was kind of cool using the commanders, seeing what... The black uniforms are tight, by the way. Which, you know what's fucked up that Washington's doing? They have the burgundy jerseys and the white jerseys available. Those are the ones... The white ones are a little bit different, so it'll probably sell a little bit. But the black ones are the ones everyone wants. They're purposely holding them, because if you want a jersey before the season starts, now you got to buy one of the ones you don't want. And then when the black ones come out, you'll be like, oh, now I want a black one.
Now, what if that backfires and you want a jersey, but you got to buy a burgundy one? Then you just say, I'm not going to buy one. Fuck you.
But I mean, I would, if they had the black available, I would have bought that one. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't have, because I don't know which player to buy. I've already got a Kirk Cousins RG3.
I would say you shouldn't buy any jerseys, because when you buy a jersey, they leave.
They get hit by a dump truck. Is that appropriate?
Dude, not okay. Like, I say fucked up things.
But I mean, that's what happened.
But, like, I know where the line is.
I was one of the few that got that jersey. I'm still a fan. I still have the bet he's going to win more playoff games than Alex Smith.
He
can still get 2. I think he could do it.
Look, I'm not hating him. I'm hating Ohio State. Okay, I'm sure he was a nice young man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. Go ahead.
He had the talent.
Yeah. Well, wait. When did he die? Was it in season?
Year. No, end of the year, but early.
Oh, okay.
Because it was with Mitch Trubisky.
Do you think he'll be on the new Madden?
No, but that'll be interesting to see.
It's fucked up. I feel like they should do it as a tribute.
I wonder if Darius Geis is still there. Because he still hasn't retired.
He's a free agent. He should be.
There's still probably people, fans that do the franchise.
I mean, there were Ray Rice fans after he 2-pieced.
He was not in the game. Now that I think about it, like, dang, I don't remember him in the game. Yeah. They've had Kaepernick in the game every year, and in fact, they make Kaepernick good though. It's something like an 80
because they have to. They have to, because if they don't, you know what's gonna happen. Riots, protests over a video game. It's like sunrise. It's like, dude, you can just make him yourself. Like, you can update his attributes that you don't have. They could put him in the game at a 0, and if you want to use him, go ahead and boost him up.
So I'll say the quick things I see with the game. I mean, for the most part, I feel is pretty similar, and I haven't experienced this too much yet. But they say that AI is much better on all Madden, like, because it's too easy. The last time I played last year's Madden, which was like 2 weeks ago, I threw 10 touchdowns and like 15 passes.
Fair.
So it's too easy to find a play that works and just do the exact same play. I think this year's Madden really focuses on trying to make people switch their plays. you can't call the same play, which is good. I welcome that because, I mean, it sucks when you find a play that works every time. It's hard not to use it.
Oh yeah, I mean you like it. It's
You're
like
like, oh,
it's
it's
like
3rd and 18. I'll still
you
get a
know
touchdown.
your favorite underwear. You know, you just keep wearing them every day
The
until they
pass
get
rush
dirty.
is far better. You're not going to be able to run outside the pocket anymore. They have some new control passing thing. The animations are better.
Actually, I don't have to worry about this because I don't have a PS5, so good.
Yeah, the PS4 version, I would say, probably is
Oh,
the
they're
exact
still
same
making
game.
games for PS4.
I think it's the exact same version.
Like, well, because like, well, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, because Xbox is available somewhere. I was like, man, do I really like? Because I don't play video games, but I do in like that weird downtime when I'm sitting there. I'm like, I don't have shit to edit. I don't have shit to like record. What should I do? Play Candy Crush? Okay, and I'm like, Candy Crush is trash. Then it's like, oh, I got NBA 2K14. Let me play this. I was like, this is a weird game. You know, then it's like, oh shit. Let me check some updated games. Like even like thinking about Madden, because I think I have Madden from 2 years ago. Because I always alternate years. I don't buy them back to back. I take a year, maybe two off.
So this was a year that there was a big improvement. Last year's was nothing. Like last year was honestly, I think it went down over the
Who
previous
was on the
year.
cover last year?
They've been doing that multiple cover thing, but it was Brady and
dumb.
Mahomes.
Dumb.
It was Brady and Mahomes, and then Mahomes was the year before,
you
so
know
he
what?
got back-to-back covers.
They're doing that so because you put two people on the cover, you can't curse them both.
But this year it was obviously Madden because he passed away.
Cheat code. He's already dead. You can't curse him when he's already dead.
Yeah, 2K is about to come out, which honestly, NBA 2K is a better game in terms of realism and the amount you can do if your player control is ridiculous.
Ooh, actually, hold on. I'm gonna put
I got a $15 coupon.
I'm gonna put us on a brief pause. I took a picture, so I was playing the GM mode or whatever the fuck, and there was some shit that came up. I was like, that shit is wild. I gotta share this. So I'm gonna put you on a brief pause so I can show Steve this picture I took. It's not of my dick, and then I will be back. All right, never mind. I lost the picture. I think I deleted it because I deleted a bunch of shit on my phone, and then I realized, oh no, it's taking away all my pictures. So I had to kind of say, hey, don't delete my pictures. And I guess it never brought that one back. That's fucked up. They trying to cover some shit up. NBA, stupid bitch. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna put her in a game.
I bet she's in it.
I don't think they're gonna do it.
Well, I will get the game. I've never activated that mode.
You know, when you get it, go check it.
Nah, 'cause
I mean, I can Google
the
it.
career mode, 2K at least.
Actually, I can Google it right now.
2K lets you put your face in the game. That shit's wild.
Hold on.
I wish my face looked better.
NBA 2K23 Britney.
Yo, is Kyler really calling plays? That's kind of that actually should be a thing that teams do.
Let's see here. So it looks like she's probably not going to be in the game, as she shouldn't. Because someone said that they created her for a game. Wait, the game's not out yet.
It's about a week or two more.
So this was months ago. I hate people.
But yeah, I'm like, I could tell you the new Madden take away the long passes, which is a good thing.
Another bit. Okay, yeah. So I don't know, but I'm gonna find out if she's in that game.
We play each other week 2, I believe.
What's that? Yeah. Well, I said that. I said yeah. Like we should go. That's when we should go day drinking. Go out watch the game. Let's see here.
Yeah, we play week 1 the Jaguars and you. If we start off 0 for 2, that's done. We're done.
If you start off 0-2, that's fucked. I don't know who Detroit plays week 1. I do have a device, though, that could tell me. Detroit Lions, I guess most people tend to talk to their phones now. I'm not about that shit. Like, and they're like, hey, Siri, find some bullshit for me. And there's like, out in your backyard, there's bullshit.
I forget that I have the Google thing in my room, and every once in a while it starts talking.
That'd be wild. Like, you got the Google thing, you're like jerking off, and it's like, that just starts making noises. Like, oh, whoa. So Detroit plays the Eagles on September 11th. You know, it's an important day. And then the next week, the Commanders.
That sounds wrong.
It is wrong. Then the week after that, the Vikings. Then after that, Seahawks. Then Patriots. Then Cowboys. Then Dolphins. Then Packers. Then Bears. Giants.
Yeah,
Bills.
that's all types of losses.
It's a tough schedule. Well, there went my optimism.
Well, you might have us week 2.
Jaguars.
Oh, you get them
The
too.
Jets.
Oh, there you go.
Panthers.
Wow, there's 4 wins.
So, looking at the schedule, Philly would be tough. Washington,
We're beatable.
that's a coin toss.
We have Carson Wentz.
That's a coin toss. I'm gonna take the win for that. So that's 1. Seahawks, I'll take that for 2. Patriots, Cowboys, no. Dolphins,
Dolphins got that super speed
I don't
team.
know, man.
I'm curious.
Packers,
How they'll be.
I think we're gonna beat the Packers in Detroit. 3. Chicago, 3. Oh, I'm sorry, 4.
Just count the Packers. All right, this guy's delusional.
Don't do that. I will bring up the stats. Detroit has been beating the Packers recently. The Bears, that's 4. The Giants, 5. The Bills, Jaguars, 6. Jets, 7. 8. We can win 8 games. We got the Panthers.
Damn, y'all like potentially make the playoffs.
I mean, we got the Bears. That could be 9. We play the Bears twice. We ain't going to beat
Yeah.
the Packers that second game, though. We're playing in Lambeau on the 8th of January. Nah.
Yeah, that's not a bad schedule. You had all your good games. I mean, hard games in a row.
So, but yeah, let's go look at Washington. Let's go look at that schedule. I bet you it can't be Google because they ain't got a real name. Let's see here. More games. Opening week, Jaguars. You got that. Detroit. I already count. I count you off.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
I don't
Don't do that.
matchup.
Philly. In Washington though. Well, that doesn't
It's
matter.
Carson Wentz, so I mean, he could be like that.
He could be resentful.
Yeah, or he could be what he's gotten kicked off of 2 teams for, where he just chokes because he doesn't like the competition.
I'm gonna say Philly takes that one. Dallas. Because it's early, I'm gonna give it to Dallas. Tennessee.
Tennessee is going to be a weird team. I mean, Derrick
Yeah,
Henry
that's-
should be back.
That's
They
tough.
lost their best receiver, but he wasn't doing much last year anyway.
It's gonna be a close one. I'm gonna give it to Tennessee. Chicago. You got this. So right now you're at 2. Packers.
No.
Packers might be upset that they just lost to Detroit.
They're going to put a beating down on us.
So they're going to run the score up. Score 80 on you. The Colts. Okay. Vikings.
Oh, Kirk. Where's the Vikings? Is that at Washington?
Yes.
Kirk's going to light us up.
Philly. And then the Texans. Here comes
There you
number
go.
3. Atlanta, number 4. The Giants. I'm going to give you that for
I think
5.
we beat Giants, yeah.
Back to back with the Giants, though.
Back-to-back games. So we have the
So you
bye
got a
week.
bye
in
week.
between.
So I'm gonna give you both the Giants games.
That's whack how that happened. So.
Then you got the 49ers.
Oh, that's an L.
Then you get the Browns.
Wait, what week is that?
This is this is New Year's Day.
What week is that?
I don't know.
Because
Like the end of the year.
Watson comes back at week
Oh
12.
no, yeah, no. Watson will be back by then.
Ah,
No,
we
he's
lost.
going to butt fuck y'all. But then you get Dallas to close out, and I like Washington in this game.
We'll win those type of games. Like if it's like something that could ruin Dallas's season.
Exactly. I got Washington with 6. So
It'll be like we have 4 wins, but they could if they win, they lock up home field. We'll win that game.
just to be spiteful, we're like, y'all don't even need this game. Neither do you. All right. So yeah, fun times. I think Washington got 6. I think Detroit's got 7. So, and the fucked up thing is, it's only because Detroit will beat Washington that they'll get their 7. So
So it was funny, like the game today. So we had the rookie playing, and he didn't look great. But I was like, and I was telling my brother, I was like, it sucks for him to get drafted by us. And he's like, why? He's like, because Rivera's never developed a quarterback. And he's like, what about Cam? I was like, Cam had that one real good year, but he never really developed as a quarterback. He was like kind of a gimmick quarterback, kind of like RG3 was that one year. And Kaepernick, where they were running tons. And Cam was really good at that, but he was never like a true drop back, read the defense quarterback, and that's why he's not a starter anymore. So I was like, who've they developed? Rivera brought all his Carolina people,
Jake Delhomme.
and we've changed quarterback every year so far.
Look at this dummy trying to dive. He put his hand over the pylon like that's going to count as a touchdown. No,
I think if you
dickhead.
touch it, it counts.
No, it doesn't. No,
They
it
got it.
counted. Fuck them. That doesn't count.
Damn,
the
he
ball
scored
didn't
against
cross.
the Ravens.
The ball. Oh,
They
they're
should've
reviewing
kept
it.
him.
Nope, they're reviewing it.
You should have kept
That's not a
McSorley.
touchdown. Because the ball was out of bounds, and then he hit the pylon. Like, he's fucking dummy. Ah, they overturned it. You stupid fuck. Oh, man, fuck the Ravens. Don't they do like you were over there? Don't you have earphones to put on or something and listen to whatever it is?
Yo,
Gilmore
it
Girls.
was so funny. Kyler Murray calling plays though. That playbook is bigger than him.
Like when he sits on the curb, his legs dangle. Little fucking midget. Wait,
Look at him. He's calling the plays. What is this?
Yo,
I've
his
never
hair-
seen this.
His hair is bigger than him. All right, let's see what this play gonna be. Oh, Kyler's calling the
He's
play
running
too.
in.
Someone's running
Yup,
in.
told you. So McSorley's an athlete. Damn, he spun the ball real good. Yeah, the Ravens fell for that one. Yeah,
Dummies.
Look at Kyler. He's so proud.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of a good idea, though. Let your
Yeah.
quarterback call the plays in the preseason.
Yeah.
Why doesn't I feel like too? Why don't the quarterbacks call the plays? Like, to me, I mean, I know they got
Depends
a
on
lot
the
to
coach.
think
Sometimes
about, but
they'll let them do it. Some of them do.
what it is weird to me is like I feel like a quarterback is far better
Equipped.
than like the. I mean, look how many offensive coordinators have probably never
Or fat
played.
and sloppy.
Yeah. And they're calling the plays. They're like playing Madden.
Like Matt Patricia. Fat
I'm
fuck.
like, I feel like I wonder how it would be if a quarterback called his own plays. Because I feel like they're going to call the
Fucked.
plays they like.
Because the coach was like, well, what the fuck am I doing here? It was like,
That's what it is, yeah.
Quarterback like,
They
yeah,
need a
what
job.
are you doing here? Like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Hey, wanna
Let's rate this one.
Yeah.
So this was another 9%er.
Oh, word. All right.
We got a guy walking a tightrope.
Weird, but okay. I'll allow
It's
it.
called Double High Pitch IPA, and it's by High Wire Brewing, and it's another Imperial IPA. It's extra hoppy and tropical, which I would describe that as our first beer, but definitely more fruity.
I didn't like this one as much. I liked it. I didn't hate it. But
So I kind of like the flavor, but I think it was again like the first one, something with that bitterness in the
So
first
this
one.
one felt-
I could
this
crush
felt
it
more bitter to me.
See,
Maybe my
That's-
taste buds are weird. I don't know.
Well, I know mine are,
Oh, yeah.
but this one's supposed to be more tropical.
Didn't taste tropical to me.
It's got a lot of hops, less malt. I like that. They gave a chart. Okay, but what would you give this one?
So I gave that
Another
was-
9%er.
That was a 7.4. I didn't hate this one, to be, just to make that clear.
It is a 9%. Which
I'm going to give this a 7.1. Like, I like the other ones taste a little better. But this wasn't hateful.
I feel like it was close, but I would want to drink the other one more often.
Yeah. Like, if you hand this to me at a party, I'm drinking it. Without
This
even
was
question.
kind of like it poured like an orange juice.
Yeah.
Had that orange peel taste. The taste, by the way, is supposed to be melon, grapefruit.
Didn't taste none of that.
I got orange peel. It's
Dude.
extra hoppy and tropical.
I love seeing old
we're
country
gonna go-
singers in movies and TV shows. I don't know what Monarch is, but I feel like it's the country version of Empire. And I'm going to watch it.
I'm gonna go 7.5. So we got 2 solid beers so far.
Yeah, solid. Good enough. I got leftover pizza.
Damn, that
Fridge.
sounds good.
It should be good, but I was constipated the other day. So,
I don't know if I should say this, but it's kind of
let
funny.
me go ahead and say it now.
Brett had some leftover pizza.
Oh, you ate his shit?
I offered a popsicle for some pizza.
Okay, that sounds fucked. This is how I picture this going down. You looked, you saw the pizza, you looked in the freezer, and like, you took the pizza, took the popsicle, put the popsicle in the pizza box, and
No,
rolled out.
I was like, I saw, and it's not. When Brett leaves a pizza the second day, that means he doesn't want it. So I was like, I'll trade you a popsicle for some pizza. And he was like, you could have the rest of the pizza. I was like, well, then you could have two popsicles.
I was gonna say, did you like put a note in the pizza box?
No,
There's a
I asked him.
popsicle
We
in the
legit,
freezer
we
for
legit
you.
traded popsicle for pizza.
I would not. Like me,
But I don't think he wanted the rest of the pizza. So he got basically. I don't. It's funny is Brett will often buy a large pizza, but then not finish it, and sometimes he just throws it away.
That's a maniac thing.
I think he just likes it fresh.
See, but I get that though. So
Maybe he's balling
Okay.
like that.
So when you reheat your pizza, how do you reheat it?
Well, today I didn't reheat it long enough because
On average,
I really
just
wanted it.
like-
A minute, but then it
Well, no,
burns.
but
down.
like in the microwave or oven?
Oh yeah, microwave
Okay. So Sarah does it in the oven.
probably comes out better, but you gotta wait.
It's crispier, and I got a sensitive mouth, but so she does that for Sophie, and Sophie doesn't typically eat her leftover pizza. And Sarah's like, why doesn't she want the leftover pizza? I was like, she probably doesn't want your fucking crunchy ass fucking pizza, you fucking dumb hooker. Like, just fucking put it in the microwave. Like when it's fucked up because it's like when Sophie said something today. Oh, Sarah went to the store or some shit, and I'm editing off the mats, and I'm kind of unattentive. Like, I couldn't be bothered with this fucking kid right now. I love her, but I was like, leave me the fuck alone. And she comes over like, when mom's here, it's fun. When you're here, it's kind of fun. But I'm glad you're here right now, and mom's at the store. And it's like, that's fucked up. I didn't say that. I was like, okay, well, that's not okay, but I get it. And then,
Thanks.
it was like, but then when the pizza debate comes up, she's like, I like when you make the pizza. It's like, 'cause first off, it's faster, and second off, it's not fucking crunchy. Like, and I get it. Sarah likes her fucking pizza that way. It's fucking dumb. I get it, but it's dumb. Like, cause she did that shit for me once. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, cause she heated it. I was like, where's the pizza? I was like, oh, it's in the oven. I was like, why? I was like, well, it's heating up. It's better that way. I was like, no, it's not. Like, I don't even eat like pizza crust. Once in a while, I'll order a pizza. If it's good and it's fresh, I'll eat the crust.
Yeah, a thick crust is definitely not as good the next day.
Nah, it's trash. But if you put it in the oven, it's even worse.
So I've never even tried that, but yeah, I wouldn't want to wait. Like it's leftover pizza.
Yeah.
And honestly, I do like sometimes the cold pizza, depending on what kind.
So I'll put it in the microwave long enough to get the cold off, but it's not.
That's what I did today.
Like I like to give it
because the microwave, you never know. You get those pockets that's 5,000 degrees.
Yeah, like like the edges, because like I've had some edges that are like bubbling. I'm like, oh no, it's too
one
hot.
bite.
Then take it out.
The one bite's good. You get confident. And the next bite, you just got third degree burns.
Yeah, it's like that first bite is always the hot one because the cheese is all like on the edge. It's like, ow, that hurts. But I know the middle's gonna be all right, and I get to the middle and it's still fucking cold. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I've been burning myself at work when I cook my breakfast sometimes because my girlfriend will make me like some. It's like a kind of like an omelet, or not omelet, but like a baked egg. In the microwave, it's like super hot in one spot, not so hot in the other. So you get confident sometimes. You take that first bite and it's just room temperature. Like, oh, it's good. Second bite, 5,000 degrees. What's up with microwaves? We got to get a microwave though, because we had the one built in the cabinet.
I was about to tell you, like, yeah, I got one. Oh no, I don't.
I had one. I thought I saved it, but I peeked in my storage. I don't think I have it anymore.
So we felt the same way. We're like, oh, we have a microwave too. We did not have a microwave.
Yeah, I must have got rid of it because I was
Dude,
like, oh, we'll
microwaves are
never
cheap.
need a microwave.
They're cheap as fuck, dude.
Not as cheap as they used to be.
Son, they're cheap as fuck, son.
The cheapest I saw was 70 at Walmart.
The fuck? What the fuck are you looking at? Oh, you know what? Because prices are up on everything.
Yeah.
When we got our fucking microwave, it was like 32.
Well, that was like... I had one of those back in the day.
It still works.
Yo, I don't know how this works, but now they got microwave air fryers.
The fuck?
It's like both.
No, I'm not fucking with
That
that.
was fantastic.
It sounds.
Oh, I gotta
sounds
tell you
questionable.
this. Forgot to tell you this.
All right, Steve just rubbed his
This is
hands
a big
together.
one.
So
I went somewhere after volleyball.
don't you fucking tell me.
Super starving.
Okay, I'm listening.
Simmies.
Ooh. Okay. All right. All right.
Now compared to Winnie's, nothing.
No. Well, no.
It was
But
not.
so Simmy's is all about nostalgia
Yeah,
in its hometown.
he's still there.
Good. Wendy's is just about delicious.
What Brett tells me they changed their fries, so I have to go back to see.
Wendy's.
Because that's the main thing with Wendy's. Now, I will say with Simmy's, the burgers are, the cheeseburgers are like sub type thing. Super thin, small. Not bad. The fries, he did the whole thing. He's like, what do you want on it? And I was kind of laughing in my head. Like, should I say salt, pepper, ketchup? I want to hear him say it. So I said, ketchup? And he goes, salt, pepper, ketchup? I was like, yeah.
It's like I just want to hear you say it.
So, I mean, the fries, to be honest, I felt like I was pumped. They weren't that good.
Yeah. Well.
The ketchup makes... yeah, I think you need the ketchup for them. But the sub was good. But yeah, it's a nostalgia. I don't think I'd go back anytime soon.
Okay.
Nah, not that it
I
goes
was like,
bad.
damn,
It's just
dude.
like, no, but with so many other options, nah. But I mean, I was just volleyball last week it was so hot. I think everyone was starving. I think Brett got his pizza, ate some, straight to bed.
Yeah, I think once we're done here, I'm gonna heat up some of this pizza. I might get constipated again. But
I
it's
haven't
fucking worth it.
ate any pizza out besides Leo's in a long time. Like we make kind of it actually is like lower calorie, but it's really tasty. I mean, we just use like a tortilla as the crust because both of us like really thin crust.
Gross.
I don't like the thick crust anymore.
I like them
thick. I like the cheese and the
Okay.
meat, the cheese
Of
more.
course you like the meat. So speaking of thick, I sent you I sent you the one picture of that one giant broad. She's like 6'5", son.
Oh,
Dude.
the tall one.
Yeah, she's like a giant dude. Like, and then it just coincided with this week on Disney Plus, the new She-Hulk series started. When she turns to She-Hulk, she gets all giant and shit, and it just got me to think. It's like, dude, I love me a good fucking tall rebounding broad.
Yeah, I feel like since I've known you, you've always liked really tall girls.
Dude, if they can ball, even better.
I just picture you guys like watching a movie and she's holding you.
I'm down for that. I'm in. So that one chick, when I follow her on TikTok, and she's always talking about guys are intimidated by her height, and she's like, "Come here, my short kings." And I'm like, dude, please call for me. Like, I think there's like one video of her actually like carrying a dude. I was like, oh my god, yes, please, like carry me. Like just giant broads, dude. I don't know what it is, but I see them like I want to climb that tree. I think it might be some of that weird shit. Like, I don't know. Like, what if I want them to like fucking hit me?
Maybe you're into that.
I don't know. And I won't know until one of them do it. Then we're like, I don't want that. I don't like that. That shit hurt. That bitch got a big ass hand. Her hand bigger than my head. Why she hit me so hard? Like, shit, I'll do the laundry now. What the fuck? That's all I had to say about that note on the board. Just like big, tall bitches.
Tall broads.
Yeah. Well, I would say I was all right, tall bitches, but I think we're not supposed to say.
We're politically correct.
We're not supposed to say bitches. I don't think. I don't know. Let's see here. Oh yeah. So UFC 278. I didn't order it last night. I was trying to fuck. So I was like, I'm not trying to like have people over, and then I didn't fuck. Like my like.
I didn't even do it
because I was constipated. Like I considered it though. I thought about it. I was like, I mean, we can go right now. It's just gonna hurt. Like, I don't know if I really want to do this. But I was considerate. Then I was like, look, let's just watch these fucking bullshit ass movies. And then I went on Instagram somebody was live streaming the fight. So it was Kamaru Usman, the 170-pound champ, the number one pound for pound fighter, Leon Edwards. He was working him. Edwards took him down and got his back in the first round. I was like, oh, okay. Because the first time they fought, Usman just fucking manhandled him, just kept throwing him to the ground. So that first round went to Leon. Now the second round, Kamaru just working the body, changing his shots up, took him down, just kept taking him down. We get to the fourth round. It's business as usual. Now the live stream, whoever had the stream on, they cut it off. It was like maybe a minute 30 left in the fight. So I was like, unless something ridiculous happens, Usman's got this. I decide to click back on it, and I see as soon as it comes back on, Usman's laid out on the mat. I was like, was he that happy to win that he passed out? Like, what the fuck's going on? And I see Leon Edwards' arms. I was like, what the fuck? So then I had to wait for the Instagram, to catch up to everything. So last week, UFC, Dominic Cruz fought Chito Vera. And Dominic Cruz does this thing where he slips low, like low enough for you to throw a head kick. But you got to time it right with him. Like the spacing is always off. So Chito finally figured it out and caught him, flatlined him. Same thing happened to Usman. Leon Edwards threw a jab. Usman slipped to the right, and that head kick was waiting right there for him. It wasn't a TKO, it was a straight knockout. Put that dude out. And we have a new 170 champ. I'm pretty sure they'll reschedule that one for a rematch. February, the Super Bowl card. But John Jones has finally got his fight coming up in December with Stipe Miocic. A lot of disrespect to Stipe. That dude should have got his rematch for the fucking title. Fuck Dana. So the way he repays him, here's an interim fight against fucking John Jones. Possibly the GOAT. Fuck you, Dana. That's going to be a fun fight, though, so I'm definitely going to order it.
Yeah, maybe he gets paid. At least.
The next... So we didn't do the August card, so we're doing September. Yeah, we're doing basically the next 4 UFC pay-per-views. Yeah, we're probably going to order because they're all fucking great. The December card, I was like, okay, it's the light heavyweight rematch. I'm not interested, although I did enjoy it. The Glover versus Yuri. And I was like, I'm not interested in a rematch. But then when they put fucking Stipe versus John Jones as the main event, I was like, yep, yeah, we'll be ordering that too. God damn it. Yeah, I could illegally stream it. I know I could. But I like to throw it up here on the big screen, get people around. I could rely on, if I pay my $70 for it, I know it's there. If I illegally stream it, I could lose the stream. I can't count on that. So yeah, good times though. Didn't get the fuck, but I did see a new champion. So we didn't think that was gonna happen. So I don't know. I think Henry Cejudo, he made a bet, or I don't know if he made a bet, but he was talking about the fight was almost over. He goes, "Oh, this is easy money." And then it shows 1 minute later. And then the knockout happens. And Cejudo's face is just like, oh, shit. And he just looks sad.
One of the all-time... Yo, this is a one-square game.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Arizona.
Snap that win streak, son.
Who is this guy? Yo, his name's so long. It's Kyler. If Kyler's still calling plays, y'all, they're good.
Who's that quarterback?
His visor starting to fog up.
I can't. Oh, did you say that guy's last name?
Yeah, that didn't look right. That can't be it.
Oh, that's it. That's his last name. That's fucked.
That can't be it.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I feel like if that was his last name,
if it was 2 G,
you can't say that.
If it was, I bet you it had 2 G's.
Oh.
I bet it had 2 G's and they made him take 1 G off.
Yeah, what we just saw, that
I'm not even going to say that.
Appropriate. We won't say that word.
I'll say retarded all the time, but I'm not going to say that
F word.
Good play. I guess it was all right. It's fine. All right.
First down.
Let me go ahead and drink some of this beer. I'm not getting a good
I had
beat on it.
something I was about. Oh, that wasn't good.
Mm.
What were we just talking about?
Big bitches.
That was a little while ago.
Oh, fucking
Oh,
constipation.
I did a lot of that. Oh, I mean, nothing.
Constipation. Yeah,
Nah, not.
nasty. Earphones are in. It's cool.
Dang. Oh, I was just gonna mention one thing that always drives me nuts about fight history with boxing is the Pacquiao versus Mayweather fight. Is people don't understand. No one talks about it because there was so much money bet on that, like gambling wise. Probably one of the most bet on fights of all time, and it was the biggest boxing purse of all time. And Pacquiao got, I think he got over $100 million for that fight.
Good for
But
him.
when you see that fight, people are like, "Oh, like Mayweather won." He didn't dominate. It's just Pacquiao wasn't throwing punches, which he's always the offensive fighter. He wasn't that fight, and he got shoulder surgery right after that fight. He had a torn shoulder before the fight even happened, but he kept it quiet because, I mean, are you gonna willing to be like, yeah, I'm gonna take an L this fight. I can't fight, but I'm gonna make a couple hundred million. Why would you not do that? That's what he did, and it's not ever talked about because the things in the casinos. Because initially there was this backlash of like, hold up, he had surgery like a week after the fight. That's not something that happened during the fight. That's something pre-existing. But they hushed it all. It's weird.
Well, yeah.
It was like
I mean-
super hushed, like right away. No one talks about it to this day. Like,
Because honestly, it doesn't need to be talked about. To be honest, I mean, a loss is a loss.
it
Unfortunately,
is a loss. But
and the thing is, like, I like Pacquiao. I want him to fucking wear Mayweather out. I mean, the unfortunate thing is, and this is, with any combat sport, but fuck it, even football too. I guess that's a combat sport to some degree. It's like you're going in at whatever degree you are. That's
technically in boxing, you're not supposed to fight if you're hurt. If you have a pre-existing injury, you're not supposed to. But if you're going to get paid $100 million, you're going to lie about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's the other part to it too. But I mean, honestly, nobody's talking about it because honestly, it doesn't need to be talked about.
Well, it was a big thing of gambling because people if he did have a pre-existing injury and didn't disclose it, they'd be able to get your money back.
Oh, see, I didn't know that's how gambling worked because I don't gamble.
Because in boxing, that's not allowed. You're not supposed
that's
to have.
Why it's not talked about.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's. I mean, it was like real hushed, real quick.
So I mean,
but yeah, because in boxing, you're not allowed to have a pre-existing injury and not disclose it. The fight wouldn't happen if it. But for him, again, I think he makes generally like $20 million a fight. 100. It might have been even $200 million to take an L.
Of money. I mean,
yeah, that amount of money for those world champion boxing fights. Where there's those rumors of Mayweather going broke. If he goes broke, then that dude spent. I mean,
yeah, that's
insane.
Well, that's what always gets me was like when people talk about the lottery. It's like, well, would you take the lump sum or would you take the 30-year payout? And a lot of people are like, well, I wouldn't take the lump sum because, like, what if I blow it all? It's like if you blow it all, you got a lot of other issues.
I mean, you're just
You're like, and the thing is, I say all these things are what I would do if I won the lottery. I don't know. I don't,
I think I would travel a lot, but I don't think
sure.
I would. I don't ever like to be like I've never desired a huge house.
No, and it's funny because I remember when we were in Delaware, my grandparents, they come out here to look at the houses beforehand. So I hadn't seen the house. And I remember saying to my grandma, "Ooh, as a kid, you're like, you want a big house?" And my grandma goes, "Are you going to help clean the big house?" And I was like, "No." And from that point, that clicked my head. I want a big house. And now Sophie's on that kick now. I want a big house. And I said, Sophie, I was like, you don't even clean your little play area here. So why you want a big house? You're not going to clean. She was like, I'm going to get a butler. And I didn't have anything for her. I was just like, fuck. Like, okay. But yeah, that's my whole thing. Is like, I tell Sarah, I was like, look, we were in the lottery. I mean, we'll pay this off and just I'd give it to my cousin or something. I'll fucking take it. And then build a single family home. But it still would be much bigger than this because it's like, I like the space. I like the setup. The only thing I would want is a little bit more yard, like for the kid to go play and do shit and like entertain. But then after that, it's like travel. Like, and even when I say travel, it's like Sarasota, like, I want to go all over Europe and Asia. It's like, bitch, I want to see some of America. I need to see some of these sundown towns. Like,
My
I
dream
gotta
traveling
know.
would be like,
I need to go to Middle America and see, are they really that racist?
I just feel like it'd be cool to like bring a bunch of your friends to the same town and be like, all right, open bar on me.
I watch Knock Around Guys. I don't know if that would really work.
Oh, Knock Around Guy is great.
Yeah, it is.
That's an underrated movie.
Yeah,
That Vin Diesel speech is one of
so
my
it's
favorite
underrated,
scenes.
but at the same time, it's a movie that it's really silly in its premise, and I think part of why it kind of fell on its face is because you had Barry Peppers as the lead. And it's like, who? Like, okay, nah, like we don't need this guy. The guy who played Dale Earnhardt, like, nah, we're all right. Fuck that guy. I mean, he's a decent enough actor. I mean, yeah, Seth Green, Dennis Hopper, Vin Diesel. It was a decent movie, but I think when you got Barry Peppers as your lead character, I think they're like, yeah, we're really trying too hard to push this guy as a star, and he's really just a made-for-TV Dale
That's
Earnhardt.
the last thing I feel like I've seen him in.
He was Dale Earnhardt after that.
What movie was that? And it's funny because I was a Dale Earnhardt
I think
fan.
it was called Three. It was on ESPN.
Okay, one of those things.
Yeah, it was a made-for-TV.
Because I mean, I was actually a Dale Earnhardt fan. I didn't even know that. I mean, I was like a NASCAR fan as a kid, and it was weird. Well, when I moved to Columbia, we had the
Yeah.
family that lived 2 doors down. They were too, and it was weird. As their dad was the same name as my dad. We all liked NASCAR. It was like, but then I grew up, and I would still like. And NASCAR is kind of a strange sport because it's liked by the South and like a lot of rednecks, but then they're actually trying to be pretty progressive. The actual NASCAR league.
But I think that's a TV thing, though.
But I mean, they did a lot. But yeah, I would say the one thing boring with NASCAR, and I loved it as a kid because I'm still into cars. But I mean, 500 miles of going to an oval every single week.
Well, I remember I had NASCAR on Xbox. It was fun if you shorten the races. Because I think if you did like a real race.
Yeah, that's what they need. It's like the baseball season. Let's shorten it a little.
Like I think
500, that's a lot.
Shorten my laps to like 30 laps or something.
Because really, it's like, can you just last 500 without crashing? Because sometimes the fastest guy, some bad luck happens, and
then they.
But yeah, I mean, then you have I think NASCAR only has 2 tracks that are the road courses, and it's like,
yeah,
those are the ones that are more skillful. Like,
was it like Watkins Glen?
And Sears Point, I believe.
Yeah. I was like, I can't remember that fucking other one. Like, mind you, I only noticed.
Damn, we know a lot about NASCAR though.
So, but that's the beauty about video games, though.
Yeah,
video games will teach you some shit. Like, I didn't know shit about golf until I got Tiger Woods. Then I started really getting into golf.
I heard a podcast with what's his name, Bert Kreischer. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
I mean, huge, big podcast. But he was talking about he was addicted to Tiger Woods, and he was playing a real life golf course that he played. And he was like, "Why does this look familiar to me?" And he's like, then he realized, I played on Tiger Woods all the time. And he's like, I know I can go this way around the tree. And he says, like, it worked.
The funny thing is, because I remember after, we used to go across the street and play Golden Tee at Last Chance. And then I remember Sarah wanted a GameCube. She didn't play it. So we're like, dude, why don't we just get Tiger Woods on GameCube and go to the house and play? And it worked out. But I remember playing that so much that it got to a point where it was like I would watch golf and I would know the course. It was like, oh my God. But we were like in our early to mid 20s at this point. I was like,
that game was fun. So you could spin the ball in the air.
Yeah.
You spin it sideways.
I remember like watching that shit and I said to myself, I think I was like 23. I was like, am I the old guy now?
And it registered like how hard you would hit it, even.
Yeah,
that was what made Golden Tee fun. It was like if you hit it harder, it would go harder. But yet we would like smack that TV screen sometimes.
Oh, I remember hearing people like smack the shit out of it. I was like, God damn, like relax. Someone was recently selling a Golden Tee. It wasn't too expensive, I thought about my couch that I couldn't get down here. I was like, imagine trying to get fucking golden tea in this basement. And then, like, all of a sudden, we just got fucking golden tea sitting in the goddamn living room.
I just always liked, and it's funny because I played Golden Tee most with Neps, but the Golden Tee guy was dressed like Neps at Lido's. But the kid was like blue Neps, red Neps. He's gonna listen to this and laugh. He knows what I'm talking about. But they all look like Neps.
Hey, actually, yeah, let me give a real big shout out to Neps too on this, because Neps, I appreciate the fuck how you do, like, because like with the podcast shit, you be listening to the horror podcast, and it has a decent following, but it's like people that I know. It's like I think I only know 3 people personally that listen to it. So, Neps, thank you for that. I appreciate the fuck out of you for that. And one of my BJJ Wiki friends, Manuel. I say Manny. I'm gonna have him on the podcast. I'm gonna find out should I call you Manny or Manuel. Either way, he's been listening to a few of the episodes lately. So thank you, Manuel, if you listen to this one. I appreciate the fuck out of you for that too. Steve does as well, but he ain't gonna say it.
Well, I didn't know you.
Don't do that. Don't disrespect my friends.
You want me to know fantasy league?
I'll ask him. Let's get into these. Well, you want to rate this beer real quick?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this beer real quick.
Is there any more?
All right.
Oh, there's.
Oh, there's more. Yeah. Let me get a little. I gotta get another.
I actually like this one.
I didn't dislike it. I just not memorable to me. It's not like that one that had no flavor. This has flavor, obviously, but it's just very similar to the others to me.
If we kept on with these 3 beers, we'd be tore up because they're all strong.
Mm-hmm.
Are we back on?
Yeah, we've been back on.
All right.
Oh.
Ready to rate this one?
Yeah.
So this one is called Green Machine. It's funny. It almost said, "What's your score?" We would have never announced the beer. Green Machine Pale Ale by Diamondback Brewing Company out of Baltimore, and it's American IPA. Notes of citrus and grapefruit. I get the grapefruit. It's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
At 6.1, which I think is in a sweet spot.
Yeah,
I like that.
the six is good. 6 is safe. You know, it doesn't sneak up on you.
So I think this one's slightly on the bitter side of IPAs, but in a good way. Like sometimes I like that for drinking more. Like I said,
I don't know. For me, the bitter slows me down. So if this were like a 9, that bitter would be helpful. Now those other 2 I didn't feel were too bitter for me, so that's trouble. I would get fucked up. This one, it would keep me at bay because it's a little bitter, so I wouldn't be in a rush to get through it. Unless I'm eating pizza with it. Sometimes like a good IPA and a pizza, shit, it's a match made in heaven. It's just so good. So yeah, that's my take on it.
I read the review and the can both says it's a soft, pillowy mouthful. I don't know what that means.
So hold on, I'm watching jiu-jitsu in the background, and I pointed this out too the other day because I was watching a specific match. I love jiu-jitsu.
That's an interesting position.
So the one thing with that, what just happened was like there's like a double whammy there because when she inverted, the one chick's chin went right into the other chick's cooter.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're definitely in a 6'9" position now.
We like to call it north-south, Stevie. North-south. But the rest of the world will call it 69. Fuck y'all. But when I saw it the first, I was like, oh, so that's all the chin is all up in her asshole right now. Okay, cool. And at the same time, her chin is like, man, you could have picked any other place to rest. You chose her butt. Thanks. All right, sorry about that intermission.
All right, Green Machine, 6.2%.
6.2. So I didn't like it as much as the other ones, but I didn't hate it either. The other ones, the lowest was what, 6.1?
No, you gave a 7.4 for the first
I'm sorry,
one.
7.1. 7.1. That's what I mean.
Yep.
So this one, I'm gonna give it a 6.7. It was fun. It's drinkable.
I went 7.3, which is lower than the other 2.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe
69
the
it, baby.
other
69 it. Oh, we missed it.
No, we like to talk about controversial things. In real life, 6ix9ine, yeah or nay?
I'm in. I'm all in. I mean, as long as it's a girl.
I didn't know that was an option. I guess I should have specified.
I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm all in for that shit. My wife, she be like, "No, I want to do that." I was like, "All right, well, fine, fuck it. I'm gonna go around the corner, Rita out there." She was like, "No, not Rita again." I was like, okay."
Yeah, she got a medal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a competition, you dumb fuck.
But I mean, that's allowed as medal.
Yeah, because they had a competition.
What's up with his beard? It's white on one side.
So I never noticed that until today when I was watching it.
And he keeps rubbing his nose. It looks like it's coke.
I hope it is.
He got coke on one side of his mustache.
He sound kind of coked out earlier. Like if the sound were on, you can't really hear him on the mic. You hear everybody else very clear on the mic, but you can't hear him. I think he just has too much bass in his voice. This is the first all women's BJJ event.
He does look coked up
in the UK. So, they've got some kinks to work out, obviously. I hope they do another one. I promoted this a little bit on BJJ Wiki, so I definitely had to. If I'm going to promote it, I'm going to watch it. Obviously, I'm not that guy. This is fucked up. Yeah, I'll promote you and then forget about you, bitch. Patriarchy. So, yeah, that's that. We rate the beers, right?
We got a collection. Yeah, we're out of beer.
I mean, I mentioned doing the shot, but I feel like a shot is overkill for me because I want to get to that pizza.
It's never overkill for me.
Like
overkill.
If it sounds like it's going to be.
I want to get to our movies.
Yeah, let's jump to these movies. Go ahead because I got some shit.
So Uncharted by Spider-Man and Marky Mark.
Were the Funky Bunch with them?
No, maybe they would have helped. So this movie, to be honest, I was like in and then I was out. It's one of those movies, too much action. It's like it reminded me of the Da Vinci Code, but not as good. Where it's just a bunch of unnecessary solving clues. It's a treasure hunt type movie. The clues are absolutely ridiculous. Like, no one would ever... Like, one, why would you go to all the trouble to hide a treasure and you have all these codes millions of years later? Like, who would hide treasure for someone to find hundreds of years later and write these codes? You know what I mean?
I've always thought that whenever
it's just silly.
Any treasure hunt movie is like why?
Like, yeah, if you're hiding your treasure, like, not thinking, like, let me write some kind of really advanced riddle to find it. That's basically what it was. A lot of silly action, over-the-top action. Normally, I like most of Marky Mark's movies. I don't think I've seen another movie of Tom Holland.
Spider-Man?
No, besides Spider-Man. I think I've only seen Spider-Man.
I was going to say, yeah, I think that's the only thing I've seen. No, there's some shit on Netflix.
He's not a bad actor. I
think The Devil Inside or something on Netflix, which looks solid, but it was a slow burn. I think it's him and Batman, Robert Pattinson. That's the only other thing I could think of off top.
So, yeah, I mean, it gets a little silly, little too silly the longer you watch it. Some people, I'm sure, would like it if you're just an action guy, but the story wasn't the greatest. At one point, they're pulling a friggin' pirate ship out of a cave with a helicopter. Oh, it's that kind of action.
It was Goonies.
Yeah, it reminded, like, I didn't finish Goonies, but I was like, what I remember of Goonies, yeah, this is Goonies. They found a map, basically, and it's adult Goonies. I'm
going to be honest. I kind of had this feeling about this movie. My mindset, I'm only in it for, it's like a background noise movie. Like, I'm not going to actually watch the movie. Like, I'm probably going to put it on tonight while I'm jerking off. Not to it, but, like, I'm going to have my phone with, like, porn on. And it'll just be, because I can't, like, jerk off to, like, porn.
Man,
with,
you have so many things you need. The windows got to be open. We learned a few episodes ago.
Dude, because, look,
I think you just, like, want to be watched.
Well, I mean, kind of. But it's like, there was some lady walking by one day. I was like, oh, I missed my moment.
That's when you finish.
It's like, not again. No, but it's like a background noise movie for me. Like, and that was kind of the intention. I was like, look, I'm gonna watch this, but it's not something I'm gonna watch with the intent of caring about.
I know it's based off of video games. I never played the video game, but I imagine it must be some kind of treasure hunt where you got to solve some riddles and stuff like that.
You solved it.
Yeah, I mean, it was like Indiana Jones, where there's like booby traps and the Da Vinci Code. I mean, the way they're solving it's just like ridiculous. But I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't watch it again for sure.
I got that feeling. It'd be one of those too. It's like it's a good background noise movie, but it's not some shit that like I will watch it the first time.
Definitely seen worse. So, but yeah, it's wild. I was reading like one of the movie companies, one of the big ones, is filing for bankruptcy. And part of the reason is because there's just no big movies slated for the rest of the year for a while now. And like they were counting on Top Gun.
So Black Panther's not something they're counting on?
Maybe so, but it's not enough to say they're like $4 billion in debt. It was bad. But it was like they were expecting more from Maverick. What were the other two big ones? Thor, Love and Thunder, and one other one. But basically, not that they didn't do well, but it wasn't what they were expecting to get them out of debt. And I think from the rest of the year slated, there's nothing too big like there has been in past years.
Yeah, the only thing I know upcoming is Black Panther 2. I can't think of anything else. Also, a lot of movies. So, I don't know like how much you've heard about the HBO and Discovery Plus merger. I think like Discovery bought HBO or Warner or some bullshit. So when COVID hit, they were putting all the movies that were supposed to go in the theater onto HBO Max. A lot of people disliked that. Christopher Nolan was very vocal about it. And that seemed to have been kind of the trend moving forward. And even with that, it was like, okay, so all of 2020, that's what they did. But then 2021, it was put the movie in the theater and then 45 days later, put it on HBO Max. Fair. I like that too. Discovery buys it's some sort of merger. I don't know if they bought it, but whatever the bullshit is. So the Batgirl movie got scrapped. I think it was like 90 million budget or some bullshit, and they just scrapped it. We're not putting that out. Then they also stopped doing the 45-day wait period to put movies on HBO Max. They were like, basically, I was like, movies are meant to be seen in the theater. And I was like, yeah, you're right, but they have to come to HBO eventually.
Yeah, and some of the things changed since COVID, movies being one of them. But now it's like, if they want people to go to the movie theaters again, they need to step up their game. Because like I have that movie club membership to Run the Mills, which was one of the top theaters. That shit is filthy, disgustingly dirty, and the food is terrible. And there's literally trash everywhere. In the lobby, in the movie theater. It's like, you want people to go back to the movie theaters and make it a fun experience. Have some good food. Have some
I honestly,
shit.
I think what would help the movie theater, because it'll be an experience, bring back the drive-in. I think that'll be a fun experience. Going to see a movie and fucking in the car.
Yeah, let's also not sell soda for $12 for a large.
That too. But I mean, that's where they
But
get
it's like
the bulk of their
there's
money.
so many turnoffs now of going to the theater.
So that, but look, okay, dude.
I like going to the movies because it's like something to get out of the house and do. It's fun.
I like to go to the movies across the street because it's $5 for a ticket. Like, oh, okay. Like we went to see Nope. We went to see the fucking League of Super Pets. What else did we see? The Minions movie with Sophie. I thought I saw a fourth movie there. But basically the point is, the ticket's there, even if we're not doing the Wednesday, or no, I think it's Tuesday. Tuesday, all tickets are $4.50 all day, no matter what. But any other time, like if I go on a Wednesday before 3 o'clock, it's $4.50. But if it's after 3, I think it's like $7, $8 maybe. Whatever it is, it's a decent price. I'm down for the movies, and I'm one to complain about the movies because, number one, I hate crowds, I hate people, but the theater I go to, there's hardly anyone there, except for when I went to see Nope. I was the only black person in the theater. I felt a little uncomfortable, but I survived it, obviously. Good thing it wasn't Get Out. That would have been really awkward. But I think I agree with you. Going to the theater, it used to be an experience. But I think that's another thing though too. It used to be an experience where we didn't have blockbusters every weekend. It used to be back in the day, Jaws was what created the definition of a blockbuster. You know, then you get Star Wars. You know, you like movies like Halloween. They ran in theater 3 years in a row because it was word of mouth picking up, like getting people to go see it, and it made more money each year because it was like, oh my god, like let's go check this out. You know, you got your Star Wars, you got your Indiana Jones movies, Back to the Futures. You know, there was a period where you go see a blockbuster movie in a theater and it was an experience. Now it's just like, I think it's no different than anything when you start to like something, you do it all the time. Now it's no longer a good time, you know, but you want that quality to be there. Like, again, you're saying the food, you know, when there's people there all the time, you know, now your staff has to be higher. You know, you got to get more staff,
Yeah, they're
and your quality of the
understaffed. I
food.
think they're struggling money wise, so it's why they're understaffed a little bit. But like, I mean, the food used to be decent. Like the chicken tenders, now I mean, they're almost. Ugh, you wouldn't want them.
I didn't want them anyway.
The Pizza Hut pizza's still okay, but it's like a microwave style pizza.
It's, I don't know.
I bring my own food anyway now, but
They just bring a 6 pack, not to the kids'
so
movies.
I've actually never done that. I know the theater in Baltimore has a bar
That's the
inside.
last place that needs a bar.
It has an actual bar, and I just remember sangria is one of the things you can get, which is great. But sangria also puts you to sleep.
I, you know, with when it comes to movies, and I had a rule because when Sarah and I used to like date, like when we were younger, we go to the movies every weekend. That was just our thing. We go see everything every weekend. Then we fuck because we were young. Um, Now my rule is I only go to see, and not even every Marvel movie. There's specific Marvel movies I will go see in the theater and Star Wars. Other than that, it's rare that I'm going to the theater because it's not the experience it used to be. Like, again, this one across the street is cheaper, so we're trying to really more so do this experience for Sophie than more than us. Because I think the first movie we took her to see in theater was Lion King, like the live action one that was still animated. And she didn't care. She was 2. She was like, "Fuck is this?" Like, she was like, "I don't think we finished it." And then I think Sarah took her to see Frozen. They were the only 2 people in the theater, so Sophie was dancing in the aisles and having a blast and doing fucking flips. I think she fell on her head. It's a fucking kid. But, you know, for us taking her to the movies, it's about creating that experience for her. But for us, that experience is long dead. Uh,
Yeah, a lot of things since COVID have been struggling business wise, and then they had to improve the customer experience. I'm like, so far, I haven't seen movie theaters making an effort.
no, I mean, even the theater across the street. I mean, it's low, you know, occupancy. People aren't really going in there. Is, you know, staff are all kids. They're nice kids. You know that it's like that's as good as I've seen in a long time, and it's not really that great.
Yeah,
So
and the Rundle Mills was considered at one time one of the top theaters in the East Coast. When you walk in now, it smells like straight like a dumpster.
it's always smelled like piss to me.
It's still fun to go see a movie, but yeah, the food
Yeah.
went way downhill. Cause I remember really liking their chicken tenders and fries, and now that shit's doo doo.
Well, I mean, I think I mentioned this before. Though, it's like, are you really like? Are you going to the theater for the food or the movie? Because most of the time when I go to the movies, I've gone out to dinner, and then I go to the movie afterward. Just trying to draw your blueprint here. And then like we take shit in there with us, like, you know, some beer, maybe some gummy bears, you know, bullshit like that.
Oh, you gotta go with the turkey sub.
See, I've already gone to dinner though, so I didn't really need a sub. But I know you be pulling sandwiches out of your pocket, you fucking weirdo. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's sad because as much as I'm not a movie person, like in theater, like all the time, like Marilyn Phil loves to see a movie in the theater, and it's like I always give him shit about it because it's like okay, like, oh, we were talking about the movie I'm going to talk about in a minute. He goes, "Do you know if there's going to be a theatrical release?" And I said, "Hey Phil, you know you can see a movie without going to the theater." Yeah, it's okay. There was theatrical release, but it's wild when they put something on streaming and say, "Oh, you can also see it in the theater." But again, you do have those people like, "I want to see this movie in the theater." Some movies you don't need to see in a fucking theater though. It's like some movies you just like, "Yeah, that's all right. I can watch that on a 13-inch TV in my bedroom." Son, what you doing? But there's some movies like a Star Wars, the new Avatar, that's coming out this December. That's gonna be a fucking big one.
That was the only 3D movie I've ever seen. That shit tripped me out. How I
Yeah,
could see snow behind me.
yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure if we're gonna see that this year. Like I know Sarah wants to see it, so we will probably see it. But I don't know, man. Like this shit came out so long ago. I stopped giving a fuck.
I just thought of a funny theater thing with me and Brett, which I can get Brett to start laughing and he won't be able to stop. Um, One time we were watching a movie, dead silent. Suddenly you just hear, "Splash!" Someone dropped the huge soda, and then you hear a guy go, "Fuck!" And Brett couldn't stop laughing for the rest of the hour.
Because it's just hilarious.
It was though. I mean, it was when it was a silent part of the movie. Just, "Splash!" Fuck.
At least was regretful about it. All right, so you got a good, bad, ugly for it or anything?
The good.
Probably not. I mean, Spider Man's in it.
The good. Yeah, Marky Mark's in it.
Yeah,
But
I mean-
yeah, Marky Mark was some. I like him more in terms of who the actors were in this movie, and he could have been in it more.
I only like Spider Man because he dated
Good. I
one
mean,
chick.
it has, I guess, some cool action scenes, but I've never been one that's super impressed. I like the story more than the action. So, but I would say the good is the action. The bad is the story is kind of boring, and then the ugly is, dang, the ugly is. I mean, it's to me. All right, here's an ugly. It's not that ugly, but it ends with definitely implying there's a part two. And it's like, why?
No, thank you. I haven't even seen it yet. And I already know I don't want to see a second one.
What? No.
But I mean, that's the thing, though. The expectation is this was going to be a blockbuster.
It's too much action.
So the idea was like, yeah, this is going to do great, and we're going to make another one. So I mean, that's kind of the whole trend with movies now. Anyways, like we got to make it so that we can leave it open for a sequel
They
or
like,
a prequel.
they're figuring out these impossible clues, but then it's like for the audience, it's like you're just going with their word because there's nothing giving it to you. Like what?
Yeah. I watched. So there was a movie that came out back in 2009, same year as Avatar, called Orphan. Funny thing is, Orphan got another movie in 2022, same as Avatar, 2022. Look at them fucking being twins. Look at God work. Um, so I'll talk about Orphan First Kill in a second. I went back and rewatched Orphan, the first one, and I forgot how fucking good that movie was. And it's a super underrated movie because it's a horror movie. Most horror movies get kind of neglected just because people are like, oh, it's horror. Like most acting in horror is like trash because it's horror. You don't really need to act in horror. You need to just scare people. But the premise is this family adopts this little girl. I noticed too every time this actress is in a movie, there's snow. I wonder if that's in her contract. I don't know. But they adopt this little girl because the family, they have two other kids already, and they were trying to have a third. The mom miscarried. And, just big sadness and everything. Since Orphan came out in 2009, I'm going to spoil the fuck out of it. So they adopt this girl named Esther. And they get her from... Actually, no, they got her from orphanage here in America. And Esther is a peculiar case.
I think I've seen this. So let me see if I'm right.
Esther, everywhere Esther goes, like, there's chaos. Like, danger. Esther is posing as a 10-year-old kid because Esther is actually 30.
Right. Okay, I've seen this.
This is actually based off a true story. Well, not this specifically,
This was the
but
movie she comes on to the dad at one point.
mhm.
Okay, yep, that was creepy as fuck.
So, um, that first movie so fucking. I watched it last night, like while I had a headache and constipation, and couldn't fuck. So so I watched that. And dude, I was watching. I was like, dude, this movie is actually really fucking good. Just like the setups that they're doing. There are a lot of good setups. A lot of like, because when you think about like, there's a like after you know that this is a 30-year-old woman and the little boy says shit to her and she goes up to the little boy with a box cutter. He's laying in bed. She puts box cutter to his neck and basically was like, "You fuck up with me again, I will cut your dick off and feed it to you." And then he pisses himself, and she looks at him and goes, "You just peed yourself," and like just leaves. Um, then the lady from the orphanage, she basically convinced a little deaf kid to help her kill her. It's like you see all these fucking insidious things this little girl is doing. It's like, holy shit. And, then you feel, oh, that bitch is 30. That's why. It's like once you watch it again and this girl is 30, you just think about being a 30-year-old, having to fucking live amongst 10-year-olds and dealing with their bullshit all the time. It's like, I can fuck y'all up. Like, I might not be able to physically beat you, but I can fuck with y'all because I'm smarter than you. Y'all are fucking retarded. Y'all are 10. All 10-year-olds are fucking retarded. Like, I went to school with them. So then they made another movie called Orphan First Kill. That came out this year. And guess what? Surprise, surprise. The actress who played Esther, the kid in the first one, played Esther again in the new one. Not a good move. The movie wasn't bad. It actually had a really cool twist, but I felt like there wasn't enough development to that twist. I needed more details. And I'm not going to spoil that in case you decide you want to see it. I mean, is it worth a watch? I don't know that it is. Like, it's not something I would recommend. Like, I'm not going to say, dude, you got to see it. But if you happen upon it, I would say definitely check it out if you happen upon it. I wouldn't say, like, take time out of your day to go see it. It is in theaters, but it's also on Paramount Plus. But basically, watching this movie, there are certain things that they did where you can tell, oh, that's a little kid that they put in that shot. Their budget wasn't that great because they didn't just CGI her face onto a kid. What they would do is certain angles, you see them actually walking with a little kid. And then other, like the angles where you had to see her up face to face, you could see that she was kneeling or she was sitting on something. But you can see that she's not like jacked or anything, but you can see like her torso, her shoulders were a little wider than what it would be if she were a little kid. So it was like, you're kind of taking me out of the movie with that. Like, bad, bad, bad. But if I gave it a good, a bad, the ugly, the good is that it was an interesting story with an interesting twist.
That's always good though. That makes it borderline watchable, even if you say it's
Now the
on the
twist was
fence.
interesting, but like I said, it was half baked. I think there was a lot more. There's details that they missed with that twist that I needed as a movie watcher. It's like, okay, I got to know some other shit here because y'all aren't telling me everything, and I need to know. But if you watch that first one, you get the connections. So they did a really good job at connecting the two movies. So I will give that as a good on both notes there. The bad was, I guess, again, the plot or the twist was half baked. You needed a little bit more juice to that. And the ugly was just, the angles that they're using to show, like, oh, that's a little girl. Oh, wait a minute, this is Esther now. Like, and she has a childlike face still as a 25-year-old woman, but she don't look how she looked back in 2009. If I gave it a score out of 10, I would say this is probably a 5.9. I don't even want to give it a full 6. I'll give it a 6 because I'd watch it again. It's a good background noise movie. It's like I don't need to watch the movie. It could be on and I could just turn on. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm at this part. I can't watch this during porn because, just the kids and everything. It's just weird. I can't be like
Might get in
jacking it.
trouble.
Then look up and it's like, oh fuck, this is gross. But But then I have down here my other note: Asian horror movies. All right, I watched this movie called Incantation. It's on Netflix and it's dubbed. It's a Taiwanese horror film. It's fun. It's a found footage film. It's a lot of fun, but then I don't even want to talk about the full movie. It's interesting. The scares aren't too great, but the story's solid. But it gets a little weird because what they're doing is like they're showing you the current time, and then since it's found footage, they're showing you the footage from what led them to where they are. Um, but I started thinking about it. I watch a lot of Asian horror movies, and I just feel like Asian horror movies and French, Asian and French horror movies, just so much better. Most
Yeah,
American
the ones I've seen are all been good.
most American horror movies are usually remakes of Asian and French horror movies and Swedish. So, um, like Train to Busan, The Ring, well Ringu, um, The Grudge, Let the Right One In. These are all remade.
What's that famous one? Korean. I want to see that again.
Which one?
The revenge one.
Oh, Old Boy.
Old Boy. I want to see that
God
again because
damn,
that
dude.
stood out in my mind. There's certain movies I've seen once that I remember really well. That's one of them. I couldn't remember the name, but
Yeah.
I remember that story really, really well and haven't seen that in years.
It's just like they have it dialed in. I think what they do though with their horror movies, because the audience. So if you watch like fights over there, Pride Championship fights, and then ONE FC, the Asian audience, there's a respect to what they're watching, and I think as the promoter or as the filmmaker, you're respecting your audience. You give them something that you know that they're going to get, and you're not treating them like dummies, where you're gonna water down the plot or fucking spoon feed them. Like I hate when you're watching a movie and they tell you the plot right away, but not only that, they narrate it for you. Like you as the actor in the movie, man, it's really fucking cold in here. Like don't tell me. Show me that it's cold. Let me build that story in my mind. Like if it's cold and I want to see you put on a jacket, or I want to see you rub your shoulder, like ooh, have a chill. Instead of saying, ooh, it's so cold in here. All right, you just took me out of the fucking movie. Or like, a plane goes by. Oh, that plane's going fast. Well, yeah, no shit. I can see it's going fast. Don't tell me. Let me see. They don't do that in those movies. They let you feel the movie. They let the story tell itself. And dude, let me tell you, and it's not even just them. It's not even just the Asian horror movies and the French horror movies. I think it's just foreign horror movies. Period. I've seen some horror movies from Iran. Fucking good stuff. India, good stuff. But then here in America, and we've got some good horror movies too. But it's like they're so rare. Because I think in the 80s with horror, we got into this whole hype up about slashers. And in the sequels. And then that's what we lived off of, were just name brands versus just giving us a good story. Like, I mean, even in 96 when they brought Scream, that was a good, refreshing take on horror because it was meta. Like, you were aware. Like, I could be in a horror movie. There are rules to a horror movie, shit like that. They play with that well. But then that even got old because when they did I Know What You Did Last Summer, Halloween H2O, all those shits then start playing off that same gag. Then they came with The Ring. Okay, now, we're remaking the Asian horror. This is good. I like The Ring. Then they start getting to torture porn with Saw, which the first Saw was great. Second one was pretty solid. It lost me with the third one, but I was still in. After 3, they could fuck all the way off. And then Hostel. No thanks. Like,
Hostel is one of my least favorite movies because that just had no story. That was straight some sick porn.
I could do without that. But like Audition was another. That Audition's such a weird one. But I remember there was a period. I mean, I've always liked horror, but there was a period where we'd go to like Blockbuster, when they're reselling videos and DVDs, and we buy up all the old horror movies that they're getting rid of. Or when the store was going out of business, we go and just buy all the like fucking horror films, because I have like a big ass binder, just full of horror DVDs, and now I have all these fucking streaming joints. Oh, she body slammed that bitch right on her head.
I remember like in The Ring, The Grudge.
There was in what was it? They redid. Well, they didn't redo it. They did like a third Ring movie called Rings. It was fine. I liked. I thought it was interesting because they used it modern, so it wasn't, obviously the first one was VHS. This one, it was done with computers and stuff, and basically you had to get it kind of. So the movie Incantation. At one point in the movie, they were talking about this curse, and the way to kind of maneuver around this curse is to get as many people to experience it as possible, so that way it dilutes it. So, like, if only one person has seen this thing, it's going to be fucking horrible for that one person. If two people see it, it's still going to be really fucking bad. Three people, still going to be bad. Four people, not as bad. Five, not as bad. And you keep going. The more people that have seen it, the less that it's supposed to be an effect. That's what I got from it at one point in it. But there's so much more to that movie. It's on Netflix. That's when I would definitely recommend. Orphan is a fun rewatch. And then Orphan First Kill, the twist is interesting. I just felt like you need a little bit more meat on the bone. And any Asian fucking horror movie, go check it out. Like, I don't give a fuck. They do horror right. And I'm not looking forward to them doing Last Train to New York, which is going to be the American version of Train to Busan. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm going to watch it. Because,
I want to say, I
I'm a
could be
sucker
wrong
for
if
pain.
it was Netflix, but I think someone was telling me they saw the American version of Old Boy, and I was like, from what I understand, it's not even anything on the
No.
original at all.
Not even close. Like,
Because the original one was fucked up, but it was such good acting.
like Hunger Games is Hunger Games is its own story, but it's kind of a take off of Battle Royale, which I believe is Korean as well.
What was Squid Games? Was that
Korean.
Yeah, because I really did like Squid Games.
So I hadn't watched Squid Games, but I'm a hipster in that way. It was like, oh, everybody else likes it. Well, fuck it, I don't want to like
It's
it.
got that Korean element to it.
Yeah, like I want to watch it, but at the same time, it's like I feel like also what happens is Sarah watches a lot of stuff at work, so when it comes time for Friday and Saturday night for us to watch movies together, she's already seen something. I don't want to watch it now because
Yeah,
she'll like, oh, wait, I want to see a reaction to this. It's like, well, you shouldn't have said anything. You should have just let me see it, and you would have got my reaction.
I've watched very few complete series, and I did watch Squid Games, and it is good. But I do feel like in a little bit, it was talked about so much it could raise your expectations maybe a little bit
Yeah.
too high,
And that's why I don't
and then
want to
you
see
won't
it.
appreciate it as much.
So they have a second season coming for that.
Oh, sweet!
So
I mean, I'm in for that because it was interesting.
I will probably watch the first season then, and then wait on the second season because everybody's gonna be jerking off to it. But yeah, a lot of like Parasite. That's also another fucking great Korean movie, and it won an
have seen
Oscar.
that. I
Yeah,
don't
you did.
remember it.
Yeah, we talked about it. We
Okay.
talked about it on here. Dude, it's so.
Sometimes I
fucking
just
good,
need
man.
a jog in my memory. The name.
Oh, dude, it's so good. I don't even want to watch it again. That's how good it is. And even with the subtitles, I don't even care, dog. I'll watch it with the subtitles. That's what that like. If you got a movie with subtitles and I want to sit through that shit, it's good. Like what did I watch? So there's a dubbed version of Train to Busan, and I watched it. I was like, I'd rather just watch the subs.
I think I watched the subs.
Yeah, well, the dub version just came out on Tubi TV. Most cases, if you're going to see it,
That
it's
one
going to
did
be
a great job
subbed.
of just the zombies coming after you. Like that shit was intense.
That I feel like though, what I loved about it was that character development, the relationship building that it had there with the husband and the wife, the separation, the two sisters, the father, the daughter, the fucking politician who was a fucking cunt.
What was the cool guy? The
The
chubby
yeah, the
dude.
husband.
He
Yeah,
was cool.
I got his action figure over there. Actually, he was in Eternals. So that and the only reason I even got that whole set is because he was the Builder figure. I just wanted his figure. I didn't want those other piece of shits. Well, and I want the Angelina Jolie figure. I just want to say I got that dude, the Angelina Jolie's action
I
figure.
just thought about that. I haven't seen her in anything in a while. Now.
She's in stuff, but she's not like in blockbuster stuff, you know. So, but yeah. So that's my take on all that shit. Go watch some Asian horror. Go check out Orphan, and if you want to check out Orphan First Kill, go for it. But Orphan was fun.
If you're really, really bored and have absolutely nothing to do, go ahead and watch Uncharted.
I mean, I'm gonna probably I'll leave them with like heat up some pizza, go jerk off, and probably put Uncharted on in the background. Not to jerk off to. Like I got some interracial porn to watch that I gotta get caught up on.
60% through the movie, you're still there. Then you're like, all right, this is just getting tedious.
Actually, I don't. What was that one? Like, oh, I started watching Day Shift with Jamie Foxx and Snoop.
Yeah, I think. You watched that, right? She was.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. I think she was watching it because I saw it
So,
on
which one
in the
did you
background, and I was like, Snoop is on. What is this?
So we started watching it. Part of why I didn't finish is because my stomach and my head was hurting so bad. Like I actually fell asleep from the pain, and then when Sarah like moved, I woke up. She was like, "Okay," well, she was like, "You can turn the TV off." I was like, "No, I'm still watching." I think I've been asleep for a good half hour. And then that's when she went to sleep. And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna watch fucking Orphan," and then I think I watched some Fear Factor also. Like yeah, right around when I put Fear Factor on, and that's when I go on TikTok and just start watching twerk videos. But Day Shift looked fun. I liked everything that I'd seen so far. I'm gonna try to rewatch it.
That's on Netflix.
Yeah. I'm gonna rewatch it. Yeah, actually, I am gonna rewatch it, so I'll have it for next week because I liked what I had seen, but it was just who's in it? Dave Franco, Snoop Dogg.
I like Dave.
Yeah, I don't think anybody likes James.
Not anymore.
You're like trying to get little girl. Well, he's gonna play Fidel Castro, so that's a little weird.
I actually can see the look a little bit.
So that's what everybody's saying. And John Leguizamo was like, "Yo, that's fucked up. Like y'all gonna let him play a Cuban? Y'all can't get a Hispanic player to play a Cuban?" They're like, "Yeah, well, you're right, but we're gonna go ahead and pick James. He's got Portuguese, heritage, so that's kind of Hispanic." And they're like, "Yeah, but he's a white guy. Yeah, it's all right. Just go with it."
His brother just looks high all the time.
I can work with that though. That's cool.
He seems like a chill guy though.
Yeah. Have you seen Neighbors with him?
Yeah.
So actually, Neighbors 2 wasn't that great, but the only part about Neighbors 2 that was fucking hilarious is like when Dave Franco's character is gay, and then like Zac Efron's like hurt by that. He's like, "You didn't like we were best friends. You didn't tell me." And then the black guy's like, "Well, I knew." I was like, "Well, he fucking knew." I was like, "Yeah." I mean, I experimented a little bit. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Sometimes you got to suck a dick to know you don't want to suck a dick." And I looked at Sarah. I was like, "No, you don't." Like, I don't need.
Yeah,
to
I
suck
think
a
if
dick
you
know
want to
that.
try it, you probably get.
Who's the fucking R&B singer? I think Tank. It was like, yeah, you can suck a dick 2 or 3 times and not be gay. I was like, no, I don't think that's how that works, buddy. Like, if you're putting the penis in your mouth and you're a dude.
I think Bobby Lee said he did when he was a kid. Like teenager, they couldn't get any girls, and I was like, I don't know, that sounds kind of wild.
Look, man,
I never thought of that one.
We had plenty of nights where there were no girls around, and no one was like, "Hey, so you want to suck my dick?" Like, you go first and I'll go second. like, nah, dog, I'm all right, but thanks. Like, I appreciate, like, I'm flattered, but no, like, no, fuck
Yeah,
no.
wasn't in Neighbors that kind of also like hurt they didn't ever come on to him or something?
Was it the first one? I think like there was like the giant dildo. No. Oh, yeah, well, yeah. What's his name? Because they're making like molds of their dicks, and then McLovin was like supposed to have like a huge fucking dick, and then the one chick kept like hanging around him, But no, what was? Oh, Get Him to the Greek, where Jonah Hill was like with this one chick, and she pulled a fucking dildo out of her purse and then shoved it in his ass. No, I think she shoved it in his mouth and then put it in his ass. And like
Damn.
he I guess butted out his fiance or something, and she could hear it in the background. She's like, "Why does this keep happening to me?" Get Him to the Greek isn't as good as Forgetting Sarah Marshall, but it's still like Puffy's funny in that shit.
I think I've seen that's the one with the furry wall, right?
Yeah,
So I saw that, but now I don't remember. It's been too long.
It's one of those-
I may have to rewatch that one.
it's a like background noise movie. It's fun, but it's not something I'm like, dude, you gotta watch it again. It's so funny. Like there's some because it does get kind of sad. There's some like dark parts of that movie. I'm like, dude, that's fucked. But then there's some fucking hilarious parts. Like again, when they're like sitting there in the boardroom, and, like Puffy's like talking about like, yo, like trying to find new artists, and one guy's like, yo, I got the new whoever, and they're all like sitting there listening to this one song, and it's like shit is trash, and they're all just like bobbing their heads. He's like, how many kookaroos you got? So you ain't got no kookaroos. See, Sergio gonna be all right, but you ain't. And then one guy's like, you all are fucked. Y'all are fucked. Dude, I might watch that tonight. I might put it on the background while I'm jerking off.
With the window open.
No. It's like, what's the temperature like outside? Is it like hot? I don't think it's hot. Yeah, maybe with the window open. But I got a new neighbor. They got a dog, and that motherfucker be barking sometimes. Like, take that bitch in the house, son. What you doing? Every time I look out the window, the dog shitting in the backyard. That fuck up my groove. I can't be jerking off with a dog shitting out back. Shit is weird. All right. I ain't got nothing else. You got anything else?
Nope.
Let's get the fuck out of here. All right. Thanks, everybody. As always, we appreciate the fuck out of y'all. Y'all got any questions, concerns, reach out. I can be found on bjj.wiki. Yo, I'm just like, I doubt that shit. I'm not even trying. Like, you find me on
Those 9%ers are hitting.
yeah, you can find me on bjj.wiki on Instagram. Steve can be found at thor.bentley on Instagram. And collectively, we're on Colompton Beer Club on Instagram. Otherwise, that's really it. I ain't got much more to say. Thank you. I appreciate the fuck out of all you Neps. Thanks for supporting all the podcasts. I love you, dude. Manuel, thank you as well. You're a cool dude as well. Appreciate y'all. Bean, I don't know if you still listen. If you don't, fuck you. If you do, thank you. But either way, I'll text you. I got to get you on off the mats. Otherwise, Steve.
Good soup.
Bye, bitch.